Hey, puppy. Tyson's picking my art supplies today. Boy, don't give me that look. It's not the end of the world. Tyson, look at me. Tyson. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to get some little doggy treats out. And I'm going to put them in front of the art supply, and I'm going to see which one he picks. So this is going to be interesting. Okay, so I've just scrunched the first lot up. This is what I'm going to be sketching the piece with. So what I've done is I've scrunched them up. Now you can't eat these. Then I'm just going to drop them on the ground. So I don't know, well I'm going to do this first because I don't want to know what I'm getting. And I will just do that. And then, Tyson, come here. I don't know what they are, so Tyson, pick which one. Which one? Alright, so that one's first. This one here is first. Alright, so you can eat the rest. So he's chosen a mechanical pencil. So the others, oh, that broke apart. That one was supposed to be color erase, but it's for some reason deteriorated. So yeah, that one was color erase, and this one was just normal lead pencil. So I will be sketching the illustration with a mechanical pencil. Next is the paper that I'm going to be using. So once again, drop them there like that. Tyson! Tyson! Come on! Come on! Pick one. Okay, so he's picked this one here first. So the paper I'm going to be using is the Roymac paper. I haven't used that for a while. Alright, you can't eat the bits of paper. No, you can't. So the choices I had was that really hatched cheap shit paper, and then Franchville. Oh yuck, Tyson, this one's slimy. Ew. Strathmore. Oh, yuck. So next is which medium am I going to be using? So scrunch them up. And then Tyson, which one? Come on. Come on. Tyson, come on. Come on, puppy. Which one? Oh, wow. You went for that one. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, you actually ate the treat from this one. So, oh, wow. We're going to be doing an illustration in markers. So, what liner am I going to be lining the piece with? Scrunch them up. Tyson, come here. Come on. Don't walk away. So we'll give them a good shake. And then we shall put a treat. All right, no, Tyson, go back over there. You come on too soon. All right, now come in. Tyson, come on. Pick which one. Okay, so that one was probably natural. So I'll be lining with a black biro. Ticey, you didn't eat a bit of paper, did you? Did you eat a bit of paper? Ticey. And the last one is, what will I be using as a white highlights? We got white gouache, my Posca pen, or a Uniball Signo. So this will be interesting. Tyson, don't go too far. Oh, I'll move the camera down. Tyson, come on. Come on. One more. You got one more to do. Come on. Choose my last art supply. All right. So this one. Oh, white Posca pen. There you go. There's your last treat. Okay, so as we know, I will be sketching the piece with a mechanical pencil. So that's what I'll be doing that with. Now I will be using the Roymac Rains paper to do the we'll do the illustration on, and then I'll be doing the markers. I'll be using the markers on that Roymac, which is a little bit unfortunate because the Roymac paper is extremely thirsty and it really soaks up a lot of watercolour, so I think the markers is going to probably be a pretty bad choice on that paper. And once I finish the drawing, I'll be lining it with a black biro, and then white highlights will be done with my Posca pen. So I kind of have a little bit of an idea. I was sketching this the other night while I was sort of coming up with some other ideas. So I'll just take another pencil for now. Maybe we just refine this a bit more. Like this here was just something that I drew just as an idea, just for an idea to do something. So I could do the same thing, but just sort of make her a little bit, just a little bit different. And so I want to try and keep this as simple as possible because I haven't worked with markers for a while with a complete fancy piece. So yeah, I'm sort of liking this idea of keeping like this and then have her just have a neck and then have her hair sort of come down sort of like that, and then have these dead tree twigs, which is what I'm trying to get out of my mouth. And it's kind of like a portrait, I suppose you could say, a little bit of a portrait of a Frankenstein woman, I suppose. Yeah, have like a shape in the background. That's all I'm thinking of doing. Spoiler alert too, you know the demon bunny from the lizard and demon illustration that I did? I'm actually going to create him into a felt toy for anyone who's interested. So that's why I've done that. So look out for him in the next couple of months, because it's probably going to take me a couple of months to pull my finger out and actually design him properly in Corel Draw. So yeah, anyway, getting back to the piece, I think we stick with yeah, this sort of style here. So the mechanical pencil I'm going to be using today is this Pentel Orenz. I don't know, I think that's how you say it. I'm going to be using that. That's the mechanical pencil. Here is the Roymac Reigns, which is, I would have to say this is probably my second favorite paper. It's such a good, sturdy 300 GSM, and it's 100% cotton too. It's just such a good paper, and it's so cheap. So yeah, and it's not too bad. It's quite smooth, but it's just, yeah, it is a little bit thirsty. So I sort of don't really know how we're gonna go with it with markers. I don't think I've ever done markers on this paper. I have my Touch 5 markers. I have not used these for a while. I hope they're still working. So there they all are. I'll just use this bad boy that I did the my biro piece in, and the Posca white pen is this one. That's what I'm gonna do, and I might even cut this in half. I might make this an A5 size bit of paper, so I keep the illustration quite small. Let's get drawing. There was actually 2 attempts at filming the part where Tyson picked the art supplies, because the first day where you see me with my blue jeggings on, that was the day that I recorded the first lot, but what I actually did was I put the bits of paper down where I could actually see the names, and then I put the treat there. But what Tyson was doing was coming in and picking always like the end ones. Like if he was on the left, he'd pick the first left, and then if he was on the right, he picked the first right. So it was very predictable. So I ended up watching that footage and completely scrapping it. And then the next day, I redid the footage where you see me scrunch them up, so I had no idea what I was looking at. And then I just threw them on the ground, like just mixed them up, threw them on the ground, so I had no idea. And it didn't matter if he kept picking the one on the left or the right, because I had no idea and they were mixed up. So I ended up doing that, and that was a better result because I had no idea what he was going to pick. And that to me was more satisfying, and was more of a risk to see what I got, and then tried to work with and sort of really tested myself with that. So yeah, that was how I came up with doing the last part of Tyson picking the actual art supplies. He didn't really enjoy doing it. It was the actual day, the first day that I did the trial, and I wasn't happy with that. He was actually not feeling very well. He had a bit of an upset stomach, so it wasn't working anyway. So I'm happy I reshot it again and did it completely different. I ended up drawing this head of a woman, and just wanted to really simplify it and keep it quite simple. And I wanted to sort of do a brighter piece as well with the markers, and really test myself with the markers, because I don't have a huge amount of experience with them. I sort of really wanted to get back into it and reintroduce myself to the markers. And like I really enjoyed using these. And like I've said in the other videos, like the ones where I did the ballpoint pen illustration with that boy, I really want to do that again. I really want to do another ballpoint pen picture. I want to do another marker picture, and I do want to keep mixing it up, because it is really good to just, you know, step away from the watercolor and not do as many watercolor pieces, and mix it up and try and be better in other mediums out there. So that's my goal. That's my plan for 2020. And to not just keep smashing the watercolors as much as I love watercolors. I love other mediums as well. So I'm just going to mix it up and keep it interesting. Now this Frankenstein woman, it's when I applied the markers, I was extremely worried about how the markers were going to be absorbed into this Roymac paper because, as I said before, Roymac is a very thirsty paper and it likes to absorb a lot of the watercolour when I use it. So sometimes I have to make sure I've got a nice, probably like a thicker brush that can hold a bit more water if I want to do nice clean washes over this paper, because it does drink a lot of the watercolour. But I was absolutely surprised at how well it did take the markers, and it was like it was meant to be completely honest. Like, it was meant for markers. I had no trouble with it whatsoever. It just kept layering and layering, and it just really surprised me, because I honestly thought that I was not going to this was going to be a bit of a waste of time with markers, because it was watercolor paper. But I don't really own any marker paper other than the one that I got in the Scrawler box, but I don't really like it. It's very thin. I didn't want to do an illustration on a thin bit of paper. I wanted a bit more chunky. And most of the paper I've got is watercolor, so I just ran with that. And I was not disappointed. So naturally I went with teal because I love teal, and I went with teal lips and the teal hair with different tones of teal. And I was a little bit worried because I didn't think I was going to make the hair work. It's okay. I could have probably done a little bit better, but I'm quite happy with it, with the way it is. I don't know if I could have done any better, but we'll never know. I ended up doing a Terminator eye on her left eye, which is this red eye, because when I was in the processes of drawing, I wanted to have even eyes. I was gonna put in symmetrical eyes, but it sort of got a little bit munted in the process, and then I ended up channeling this Terminator sort of look, and I really thought of Terminator straight away, and I thought, I'm just going to give her a Terminator eye. And then the other one can just be a grey sort of coloured eye, and can be the so-called normal one. And then as part of the Frankenstein look, I gave her stitches across her face in a different way than I would usually do stitches. I've never done stitches across a face like this, and I did like it. It was actually something different, so I was quite happy with that. And then the thing was, I was going to actually do the dead tree stick type branches coming up. I was going to do them in black, and then I realized black was not going to work, so I ended up doing the brown instead, which I was so happy that I did, because black would just not have gone, and it would have just looked a bit silly and a little bit flat. So I did the trees like a normal tree color, and then I went in and did all the wood grain look all through the branches, which I enjoyed doing, because I haven't done wood grain for a while. So I was very happy, because I really like adding wood grain into pictures. I don't know why, it's just something I like to do. And the biro was really good too. Like I didn't have any dramas with the biro going over this paper and over the markers and all that. I just had to make sure that the markers had actually dried a bit. So other than that, I'm quite happy with this piece. For me, not doing marker illustrations for a very long time and then just sort of starting to get back into them again, I didn't think it was too bad. So I like the color scheme. I just enjoyed I really enjoyed doing this, and I really want to just do some more marker pieces out there, like just want to do some more marker pieces. And I did have a lot of fun too applying the white Posca pen onto all the shine. I think I went a little bit overboard on the hair because I've never really done hair shine before in this sort of amount. So I was a little bit like, oh, I hope it's not too much. Yeah, like I said, overall I enjoyed doing this piece, and I think Tyson did a really good job in picking my art supplies. Tyson, look! I drew this with the art supplies you picked for me. Look! Look! What do you think? Do you like... Oh, does that mean you don't like it? So Tyson doesn't care. What do you think? What do you think? Oh, okay. Hopefully you guys liked this video. Hopefully you liked the drawing and you liked how Tyson picked the art supplies for me. Oh, just walk on it. That's fine. That's fine. Yes, say bye-bye to everybody, Tyson. Say bye-bye. Tyson. Say bye-bye. Bye. Bye.